What's going on, guys? We're covering today's rugged individual, William Barr. As you can see, we're in a little bit of different digs right now. We're not completely active. We're in the middle of constructing our new little studio. It's kind of a temporary setup, but it's not going to keep us from getting to you.
It's not greedy.
I don't care. Priority numero uno, that American flag's going up right now as we speak. But in the meantime, William Barr. William Barr went in front of the House Judiciary Committee this week to testify. Somebody better testify or you're gonna die. To testify, and what followed was an absolute clown fiesta. Between all of the grandstanding misinformation from both sides, blatant disregard for how the committee works, it was less of a hearing and more of a election campaign for either Biden or Trump, depending on which representative you speak of. In fact, the only one who held himself to account in this entire hearing was William Barr himself. Now, the purposes for having Barr on were a little bit scattered, but the number one reason that they had William Barr in front of the House Judiciary Committee was to sell our T-shirts. That's right, we got T-shirts. Anybody who's interested in getting a T-shirt, we are currently setting up an online store. As of right now, it's not up. So, if you want to do me a giant favor, I'm going to leave an email link below, but email me personally, caleb@theruggedindividual.com. Click that email link below. Send me an email if you want a T-shirt. Let me know what size. I'll keep that reserved so when we do launch the store, I can hold those ones in reserve for you. But back to the point. The whole entire point of the testimony was to bring William Barr in, or the testimony, it's a hearing, not a testimony. But he did testify. The whole entire point of that hearing was to get Bill Barr to speak on some of the things that the Judiciary Committee had questions over. They are...
It's a club.
Wave it so that it with the American flag waving. The triangle, the judicial, the legislative, and the executive branches, and each one is responsible for overseeing the other one. It's a balance so that no one person has too much power. So the Judiciary Committee kind of oversees that and keeps Bill Barr in check. They brought him in for his hearing so that they could hear him, and as he put himself, it doesn't feel like much of a hearing when you're not hearing me. It's not an exact quote, but I'll play you guys a couple clips real quick so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about, but it was utter chaos in those chambers.
My loyalty is the
Mr.
Constitution.
Chairman, I yield back.
That's why I came into government.
Gentlelady yields
The
back.
lady just accused him of not adhering to his oath of office. Let him talk. Holy... she just accused the Attorney General of the United States not adhering to his oath. Let the gentleman speak.
Even worse.
Like, excuse me,
protesters in
Mr.
the
Barr, this
federal
is my
government.
time, and I control it.
Well, the Department of Justice
Excuse me, the time is
doing,
fine. No
in
facts.
the area of religious liberty.
I don't think we've ever had a hearing where the witness wasn't allowed to respond to points made, questions asked, and attacks made. Not just in this hearing, not just in this committee, but every committee I've been on.
What the policy is.
The time of the
Okay.
gentlelady.
Mr.
Thank
Chairman.
you. I yield
Go ahead,
back.
Chairman.
Go
I
ahead.
yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Gentlelady.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Gentlelady.
Point of order,
Gentlelady
Mr.
yields
Chairman.
back. What purpose does the gentleman seek?
Is it permissible for a member of this committee to accuse the sitting Attorney General of the United States of murder? Because that's what we just heard. Those words need to be struck from this record. This is outrageous.
The members control the time.
Mr. Chairman.
To say
Mr.
whatever
Chairman.
they want? What about
Chairman.
rules of decorum?
Mr.
Ms.
Chairman.
Escobar is
Mr. Chairman, I actually have a clarification. Mr. Chairman.
Escobar
Mr.
is-
No, this,
Ms.
I just...
Escobar is recognized.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
Chairman,
Chairman.
was the
Escobar.
video
Circuit.
played by the previous member, was that a video of things that happened in the United
Escobar-
States or in Venezuela? I just want a
Gentleman is not-
clarification. What was the video?
Gentleman is not stating a cognizable point of order. Ms. Escobar is recognized.
Thank you.
So Bill Barr, in this clip, says that he will follow the law. And for some reason, that's not good enough for Congress.
Will you do the right thing
and refuse? Yes or no?
I will follow the law.
You won't say no, sir?
I'll follow the law.
It's very disappointing.
If a state has a law
that
if a state has a law that says it has to be cast on election day, that's the law.
Will
That
you
will be
commit to
enforced.
making sure the Department of Justice does not get involved in a contested election? Yes or no?
I will follow the law.
It is so disappointing that we can't get a clear answer on that.
Mr. Chairman, just for the record,
Without objection.
a member of the Judiciary
without
Committee, following the law,
Without objection.
should be something a member of the Judiciary Committee knows.
The gentleman
It's
will
pretty
suspend-
darn clear.
I would say out of everyone in there, Bill Barr was the only one not pushing a political agenda. He was doing his job that he was appointed to do by an elected official. The whole entire reason for him being there was to hear why he's making certain choices, why there are federal officials defending the federal courthouse. He hasn't been in to testify at all during this tenure, so they're kind of backtracking a little bit and covering a broad range of subjects. But really, the whole entire thing felt like it was just a giant smear campaign against Trump. But they were smart enough to know not to put Trump in those chambers. I don't even know if I can. I'll have to look that up. I'll have an answer for you. But that would be a bad idea. Especially if you are rooting for someone besides Trump to win, you do not want to give him the 4.5 hours live in front of Congress. He'll make a mockery of the whole thing. It would be very bad for the next election. So instead, they have William Barr. And then they treated him like Trump and like he co-signed on everything that Trump had ever done. William Barr, to his credit, upheld that all he's ever done is his job and painted out pictures every time he's questioned about how he was doing exactly what the position not only lets him do, but obligates him to do. If you have the extra 4 hours and 45 minutes, let me tell you something. It is way better than the latest episode of Desperate Housewives. I don't even know if that show's still on. The only downside to watching this is knowing that these are the people leading our country. Also, side note, Jim Jordan, as ever, bulldog. Absolutely grabbed a hold of that bone and would not let go. Oh my gosh.
Could we take a 5-minute break, Mr. Chairman?
No.
That's a common courtesy,
Ms. Dean
Mr.
is
Chairman,
recognized.
of every witness.
I waited an hour for you this morning. I haven't had lunch. I'd like to take a 5-minute break.
Mr. Attorney General, we are almost finished. We're going to be finished in a few minutes. Otherwise, we can certainly take a break, but
You're class act.
okay.
Yeah.
First advice, yes,
class
after
act.
after this, if you still
Well-
want, we'll have a break.
No, he wants a break now.
You want it now?
And you just
Fine.
mentioned
Committee-
rudeness.
committee
I
will
think we're
stand-
seeing it on display. Let's let
Committee
the
will
Attorney
stand
General
in
have a
recess.
break.
Committee will stand in recess now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
But amid all the chaos emerged one rugged individual, Bill Barr. He stood his ground, he defended his choices, and he stood up for the American people. For that, Bill Barr is the rugged individual of the week. So this week, hats off for William Barr. You are the rugged individual of the week. Also, do me a quick favor. I got an email right down below here. Flip me an email. Let me know what you thought about the Bill Barr testifying in front of Congress this week. I am more than willing to read dissertations. If you want to send me your 100-page thoughts on how you think those proceedings went down, please, by all means, do that. I am more than willing to read and respond to all of that email, and I would encourage you to do so. For those of you that haven't watched it in its entirety, please go back. I'll link the House Judiciary Committee. Anytime that something's going on like this, it behooves you as a rugged individual to pay attention and to focus on this kind of stuff because it directly affects you. Not as much as local elections, but you should be aware of the goings-on in your nation. So, until next time, stay rugged. Buy a t-shirt.